on the corner of 25 West Main Street in downtown Vermilion. The Spa at Winnie Mae's is proud to support programming on Coyote News. The Spa at Winnie Mae's, providing salon and spa services for men, women, and children.
Coming up on Coyote News, USD is seeing a huge reaction to the independent TED Talk coming this year. And make sure you know the do's and don'ts of Vermilion parking.
Also, a USD team beats South Dakota State for the first time in 13 years. Coyote News starts right now.
Live from the Al Newharth Media Center, this is Coyote News.
Hello, I'm Devin Martin.
And I'm Sophie Heineman. We'll get to those stories and more, but first, the headlines with Nathan Finster. Nathan?
The final presidential debate is tonight. Experts predict between 80 and 100 million viewers will tune in to watch the two nominees face off. This could be one of the most watched debates in history. The Standing Rock Sioux Tribal Councils voted to make tribal land available to those protesting the Dakota Access Oil Pipeline. Plans are underway to create permanent winter shelters for the protesters. And for weather. The leaves may be changing and fall may be here, but it looks like we'll get a little break from the cooler fall temps for the rest of the week and into the weekend. It's been a wet and rainy couple of days, but for the rest of the week, it looks like there will be plenty of sunshine throughout. It's currently 52 degrees. And those are your headlines.
Thanks, Nathan. Last November, USD presented a successful first ever TEDx USD. This year, event planners hope to present an even better show.
TEDx USD is designed to showcase the ideas and talents of the USD community. CEO Cole Hensley explained how this independent program really makes an impact on the USD students.
TED Talk is almost like an elevator pitch speech. You get 18 minutes to bring forth this great idea that you might have.
Hensley says they expect a bigger turnout this year with the move from Barber Hall to Alps Auditorium.
There's been this huge demand for tickets, and so it's been amazing to see how many people are excited about the show.
Hensley says last year in 45 minutes, 100 tickets were sold, while this year 100 tickets were sold within just 5 minutes of opening. One of this year's speakers, Rob Green, is a business owner from Brandon, South Dakota.
He really has a great view of, how one person can make an impact, not only in their community, but on the world as a whole.
For Coyote News, I'm Chloe Edgar.
Tickets are available until November 5th. And do you like to travel but feel like it's impossible during college? Study abroad could be the right decision for you. Coyote News spoke with a student who got to experience it firsthand.
I studied abroad in Florence, Italy. I think I gained a lot of knowledge just about myself and the country that I visited. Yeah, I would say that I also gained a lot of cultural experience, and just seeing it in person is so much different than studying it on a PowerPoint. Everything that I learned, like I said, about myself and about the country that I visited, I think is like the biggest benefit to me.
If you're interested in studying abroad, you can head over to the Global Learning homepage on USD's website to learn about the application process. You can also attend a Global Learning session in the library for more information.
Coming up, USD offers incentives for out-of-state students to enroll, and midterm exams make students deal with stress in unique ways. Stay tuned.
This is Coyote News.
USD's Media and Journalism Department can be seen and heard all over campus. Faculty members know that hands-on experience now is the key to success after college. Get professional experience by participating in one of the many practicums offered. Have your voice heard on the radio. Edit a promo for a campus organization. Investigate breaking news stories for a weekly newspaper. Design advertisements for local businesses. Get involved with the Media and Journalism Department at USD and start your future now.
Clotique is proud to support programming on Coyote News. Located on Cottage Avenue, 1 block north of Cherry Street, Clotique offers women's apparel, footwear, and accessories.
This is Coyote News.
USD will have many new faces Thursday and Friday as the annual Minnesota Visit Days brings in prospective students to campus. Coyote News' Levi Vanderweide spoke with advisor Lizzie Kahns.
Minnesota high schools are out of class for Education Minnesota Professional Conference Break, which gives these students an opportunity to visit the USD campus for their annual visit day.
We created this event for Minnesota students because we did have so many individual visit requests on these days where they don't have school. So it just allows them the opportunity to come when they don't have school. I think maybe in the future we'll do something like that. But we also have, our follow-up and house visit days, other individual visit opportunities for students.
Minnesota students attending USD may come here for the reciprocity.
It was within my price range. It's actually cheaper for me to go with the reciprocity here than it is for any other Minnesota school that I applied to.
This fall, incoming freshmen from Iowa were greeted with lower tuition rates, the same rates as South Dakota residents.
This was a decision by the South Dakota Board of Regents that allowed this to happen. So this actually worked for incoming freshmen fall 2016, got that rate too. So I think we've seen a lot of increased interest for Iowa students in USD. Hopefully this allows them to get a better rate.
For Coyote News, I'm Levi Vanderweide.
Iowa students attending USD before this fall are not granted the new lower tuition rate.
Stress can be high for students as it's midterm season at USD. As always, Pet the Stress Away provides a great distraction. Last week, various dogs were available all afternoon to help distract students from upcoming midterm stress. Freshman Jonathan Ayer said puppies make everything better.
I think it's really helpful. You just get to be happy around puppies, and that relieves your stress a little bit.
Ayer said he recommends the program to all stressed out students as a way to decompress from large loads of homework and plans on attending again in the future. Pet the Stress Away is offered to students twice a semester, once during midterms and again during finals week. Still to come, parking tickets can get expensive. Learn how to avoid them on and off campus. We'll be right back.
This is Coyote News.
Climbing's awesome because it's challenging, both mentally and physically.
You gotta love climbing because even when you're not climbing, you get a great view.
Climbing's great because I feel like Spider-Man.
Climbing is great, because even my nerd friends can do it.
Climbing's awesome because there's always someone who has your back.
Come to the rock wall and figure out why climbing's awesome for you.
The Coyote Twin Theaters in downtown Vermilion, providing entertainment Tuesdays through Sundays. A proud supporter of USD student media.
This is Coyote News.
The university has their own specific rules for parking on campus. In this week's Coyote Report, Cassidy Cornell takes a look at USD's parking rules and regulations.
Parking is a challenge here at USD. All staff, students, and members of the faculty who park on campus must pay to park. The purchase and display of parking permits or payment at meters can ensure a ticket won't get left on your windshield. All of the parking lots on campus are clearly marked as to who can park. Junior Jordan Cushman received a ticket for parking somewhere he shouldn't have.
I was running just a smidgen late for class, and instead of paying the dollar would have been in change for a parking meter, I just decided to go rogue and I parked in the guest parking spots.
The parking manager was unavailable for comment, but according to UPD's parking website, lack of familiarity with the parking rules and regulations does not constitute a defense for failure to comply or cancellation of parking citations. Cushman says that the ticket is entirely his fault and that he intends on paying it. Some of the general parking violations include failure to register a vehicle, failure to properly display parking permit, and parking on the sidewalk. The complete list can be found online. For the Yote Report, I'm Cassidy Cornell.
Parking citations can be paid in person at Schlegel Hall, by mail to the business office, or online through the USD portal.
Horror movies, hayrides, and haunted houses become favorites in late October. Coyote News' Crystal Schoenbauer is live in the muck with a member of Lambda Chi to find out about their annual haunted house. Crystal?
Thanks, Devin. With Halloween fast approaching, many fall and Halloween events are starting, including the annual Lambda Chi Alpha and Pi Beta Phi Haunted House. I'm here with Jace Jerome, who is the Philanthropy Chair for Lambda Chi Alpha. Thanks for being here today, Jace. So tell me, who do all these proceeds go for, and how do you kind of pick the organization?
Thank you, Crystal, for getting Lambda Chi Alpha, by the way. Good stuff. So the proceeds for Lambda Chi Alpha will go towards our national philanthropy, Feeding America. Feeding America deals with, it's the #1 hunger insecurity system in America. And hunger insecurity is when individuals of all ages, they don't know where the next meal is going to come from. So we like to provide to their local food banks and pantries food, fresh food for them so that they can go to bed at night and wake up knowing that that little bit of stress is off their shoulders. And on behalf of Pi Beta Phi, Pi Phi goes to Read, Lead, Achieve, which is dealing with childhood illiteracy within America. And that helps to buy books and provide the support necessary for these students and young individuals to learn to read and eventually take that and learn to lead in life. So,
I know that there's a lot that goes into an event like this. What are you personally doing to get prepared for this event?
Personally, day in and day out, I am in contact with the Pi Beta Phi Philanthropy Chair, and we are going through each respective room. This year's theme, hint, is horror movies. So each room we are planning out to make it as scary and as engaging as possible for individuals that are going through. So we are talking with Party City over in Sioux City. We are going down there on a Saturday to really get all of our props done, and we are partnering and talking with the food pantries and philanthropies, Read, Lead, Achieve, to let them know that we are going to have hopefully some good proceeds coming their way.
Thanks, Jace. The Haunted House will open up next week. You can buy your tickets in advance for $5, or you can get them at the door for $7. For more events that are coming up for the rest of this month, you can log on to USD's calendar page. Live from the muck, I'm Crystal Schoenbauer.
Thanks, Crystal and Lambda Chi. This week in Coyote Blog, Daniel Keller talks to one of his personal style icons. Daniel?
Last week, I briefly talked about how I consider Desi Perkins, Calvin Klein, and Alexander Wang personal style icons. But when I truly think of who inspires me endlessly, I think of people a little closer to home. This week, I got the honor to speak with one of my fashion heroes, my great-grandmother, Elizabeth Johnson. She's inspired me from the moment I realized I wanted to work in fashion. From the story of her getting on a train to Washington, D.C. at the age of 18, to working as a messenger with the FBI, to sewing her children's clothes as they grew up. Elizabeth Laura Johnson was born on October 31st, 1925 in Aberdeen, South Dakota. Her style is one that I've seen for my entire life, and it's nothing short of iconic.
Well, there's always a trend to fashions. I mean, you're going to have long hair, you're going to have short hair. The dresses are going to get longer, and then they're going to get shorter, and then they're going to get mini. I got my wedding dress at Cannes in Washington, D.C. You always had a hat in those days, which hats have come back into fashion now, but not like they were, because people wore them to church and whatnot. Actually, they were rather a nuisance. But that's another trend for you.
Let us know who inspires you, and if you have any style icons in your family. Tweet us at Coyote News, and be sure to catch my full interview with Elizabeth on Coyote News' YouTube page. For Coyote Blog, I'm Daniel Keller.
After the break, USD football wins their first outdoor conference game, and Coyote soccer beats in-state rival SDSU. Stay with us.
This is Coyote News.
USD's Media and Journalism Department can be seen and heard all over campus. Faculty members know that hands-on experience now is the key to success after college. Get professional experience by participating in one of the many practicums offered. Have your voice heard on the radio. Edit a promo for a campus organization. Investigate breaking news stories for a weekly newspaper. Design advertisements for local businesses. Get involved with the Media and Journalism Department at USD and start your future now.
Climbing's awesome because it's challenging, both mentally and physically.
You gotta love climbing because even when you're not climbing, you get a great view.
Climbing's great because I feel like Spider-Man.
Climbing is great, because even my nerd friends can do it.
Climbing's awesome because there's always someone who has your back.
Come to the rock wall and figure out why climbing's awesome for you.
This is Coyote News.
Tonight on Coyote Sports, the soccer team upsets SDSU and the football team wins a thriller on the road. I'm Celeste LaCourciere.
And I'm Devin Reiners. In Coyote News' Heath Nimke talks to a men's basketball coach about the upcoming season. But first, Nathan Finster has our headlines. Nathan?
New York Knicks point guard Derrick Rose and two of his friends were found not liable in a civil lawsuit claiming gang rape of his unconscious ex-girlfriend. The woman had claimed that Rose and two of his friends gang raped her in 2013 in her Los Angeles apartment after she passed out from drinking. Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback Ben Roethlisberger is expected to miss 4 to 6 weeks after having surgery to repair a torn meniscus. This is the second consecutive season that Roethlisberger will miss time due to a left knee injury. Landry Jones will start in his place. And those are your headlines.
Thanks, Nathan. The Coyotes women's soccer team pulled out a crucial win against rival South Dakota State. On Friday, the Coyotes faced the Jackrabbits in Vermilion. SDSU was number 1 in the Summit League and undefeated in conference play. The Coyotes struck first with 3 minutes left in the first half with a score by junior Caitlin Paddock. Coyote freshman Taryn Labrie scored the second half to put USD up 2-0. SDSU fired back with another score, but it wasn't enough. The win puts USD up 2-0 in the South Dakota Showdown Series. USD is now 2-3 in Summit League play, while SDSU is 3-1. On Sunday, the Coyotes traveled to Oral Roberts.
The Coyote football team traveled to Indiana State on Saturday, looking for a second straight win and the program's first conference victory outdoors since moving to Division I in 2012. It would be a high-scoring affair as both teams would score early and often. After an ISU field goal, USD quarterback Chris Strevler will launch this pass deep down the middle of the field. Alondre Brooks will reel it in and take it 69 yards to the house to give the Yotes a 7-3 lead. After an ISU turnover, Trevor Baumel will take the handoff and weave his way into the end zone, giving USD a 14-3 advantage. The Sycamores will come roaring back in the fourth quarter. Isaac Harker will find Miles Thompson in the end zone for a 23-yard score, narrowing the Coyotes' lead to just 3. And you can't spell Coyotes without OT. An ISU field goal forces overtime. The Coyotes' third overtime game this season. After Miles Bergner field goal in the second overtime puts USD up by 3, the Sycamores will try to get tricky. Isaac Harker slings this pass over to Kelvin Cook, who throws it towards the end zone, but it's intercepted by Jacob Warner to seal a 33-30 victory for the Coyotes. The win moves the Coyotes to 2-1 in Valley play. They host Illinois State on Saturday. After the Coyotes' thrilling double overtime victory, kicker Miles Bergner took home 2 weekly awards. The senior from Longmont, Colorado earned Missouri Valley Special Teams Player of the Week. He also earned national honors by receiving the Stats FCS National Special Teams Player of the Week award. Bergner made 4 field goals, including the 2 in overtime this past week, and he's been clutch all year, hitting 4 overtime field goals this season. Miles ranks 2nd nationally in field goals per game and 5th in field goal percentage.
The first USD basketball games are less than a month away, and the teams are adjusting to new facilities, players, and coaches. Coyote News' Heath Nimke is live in the muck to speak with a men's assistant coach about the new season. Heath?
The men's basketball team is looking a lot different this year, losing a lot of offense. I'm here with Coach Hansen to talk about the new season. Thanks for joining us today, Coach. You lost 78% of the offense from last year. How is this team turning around and get off to a good start in the offense?
Well, we brought in, we have 10 new guys, brought in 7 new guys. We spent a lot of time together in the off season. We took a trip over to Spain. We played 4 games over there. We're 2 weeks into practice. So we just spent a lot of time together and getting after it.
You talk about a young team. Who's that one leader you guys as coaches are looking at to be that big star this year?
Well, I think it always starts with senior leadership. And right now, our only senior is Tyler Flack. So he's going to be the guy that we lean on early, especially with so much inexperience. And, he needs to have a big year for us.
All right, perfect. Thank you, Coach. The basketball team starts their season November 11th at Drake and then comes home November 13th to play Bowling Green. Live in the muck, I'm Heath Nimke.
Thanks, Heath. USD senior golfer Brenna Lervik won the Creighton Classic held earlier this week. Lervik started the tournament with a first-round 77, but rebounded to shoot a 69 in the second round to take the title with an overall score of 146. She was the only player in the event to shoot a round under 70. As a team, the Coyotes finished second. Sophomore Jennifer Vincent and freshman Katie Bartlett tied for 7th, which gave the Coyotes 3 golfers in the top 10. Freshman Sunny Killian finished 30th, and Carly Kerrigan had her best finish of the fall as she tied for 14th. The tournament was the final event for the fall season. On March 6th, USD will return to Las Vegas.
That's a look at sports. Next, the leaves are changing, and we find out students' favorite fall activities. We'll be right back.
This is Coyote News.
Cash has always been fast, but now it's faster than ever. Digital monetary donations are the best way to support disaster victims because they are fast, sustainable, and flexible.
This is Coyote News.
In this week's Out and About, we asked students their favorite fall activity. Here's what they said.
Probably going to the pumpkin patch in Omaha and spending time with family.
Walking through the leaves.
Playing football.
Carving pumpkins.
Frolicking and falling leaves.
Watching football.
Drinking coffee.
I really like going to the pumpkin patch and picking apples and enjoying the fall weather.
Being tricky on Halloween.
Favorite fall activity would probably be hunting. I really enjoy hunting in the outdoors.
Drinking pumpkin spice beer. I love driving around the lakes in Uptown and just looking at the trees change.
My favorite fall activity is celebrating Halloween and going to haunted houses.
My favorite fall activity is golf for sure because, my game is best in the fall. Probably raking leaves.
Going to the pumpkin patch.
I would say football.
I love fall. Sweater, cuddling, Starbucks, my favorites. I love it.
That's all for Coyote News. Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
And be sure to stay tuned after the newscast for a new episode of Roommates.
Thank you, and we'll see you next week.
seen you in a while.
I know. Got lunch ready, but it's nothing special.
Oh, that's right.
I'll explain.
All right.
Bon appetit.
Wow, you really outdid yourself. I can't say I was expecting Chex Mix and granola bars for a lunch date.
Yeah, sorry about that. I should have warned you, but my roommate's just been driving me crazy. Look at this note he left me. I owe you thing. So that's all I got left is the Chex Mix and granola bars.
So your roommate eats all your food and has the handwriting of a 5-year-old. Good choice, babe. This handwriting looks familiar. Kind of looks like one of my exes.
Didn't think we were gonna, talk about that already, but
No, yeah, sorry. So, where's your roommate? Is he going to be joining us for this bountiful feast? Because I don't know if I can finish it by myself.
alright, I get it. I'll order taken next time, alright? But I don't know where he's at. He asked me if he could grow a full beard in an hour, and after that he just left the house, so I haven't seen him since.
You told me this guy wasn't a serial killer. Are you still sure about that?
He's harmless. He goes by a nickname that I'm pretty sure he gave himself. And he won't tell me his real name. Plus, he's got like $70,000 in the bank that he did off his like life savings earnings. I don't know. He won't tell me about that either. I don't know anything about this guy at all.
Where did you meet this guy?
Where does anyone meet anybody these days?
Craigslist. Kind of sounds like a friend of mine I used to have, but this guy was way weirder. I once caught him running around the Cape at night. Are you okay?
This guy, he used your toothbrush,
Didn't believe in toilet seats.
kicked in his sleeve,
Played the bagpipes whenever he's in the mood.
This guy, friend,
Nope.
or
Ex.
maybe right now we should keep this on the down low.
Yep.
So.
Oh, Ruben, am I interrupting your date?
Yeah, hey Bombo. Yeah, Jessica's in the bathroom right now.
Okay, I'll let you two be. That Chex Mix and a granola bar on a date, bro? Come on.
Thanks, Bombo.
That was close.
That was very close. Awesome.
Hey, Ruben, I forgot. Do I look like a hunter?
You do look like a hunter with that.
Okay, good. Because I got ahead of my Sasquatch mean, and we had a reportedly sighting of a Sasquatch, and it's time to go hunting. Yeah.
Okay. Well, he's gone, but,